Kirsty TV. It's couch time. I love it. Favorite time of the week. Get to be here with my friends. So today we're going to talk about self-esteem. I think that this is just such a big issue, such a challenge with people being picked on from a young age and name calling. And, you know, one of my guests talked about it's the energy that comes behind those words, not the words themselves.
Yeah, well, I know Michelle and I have teenagers, so we get it in spades. You know,
and isn't that the worst age? You know, I really think like when I think
back,
that's the but that's the time we struggle the most with. We want people to like us. We want to be sexy. You know, we're becoming women. And I think when you're picked on or made to feel less than at that age, that's the hardest time.
Well, and the texting and all the avenues that you can get to talk to your teen, that's what scares me so much.
And I think in terms of like our own self-esteem, the big thing is, I don't think until I did all of these interviews, I truly even understood how important that is. Because I think we take it for granted. Like you're either a positive person or a negative person. And I think for me, I've always sort of bounced back and been quite resilient. So I haven't thought about how important it is. But I was talking earlier about how one of the things I noticed with a girlfriend was she couldn't list even 3 good things about herself. And I think that's when I started to really notice that, oh, well, some people don't have as high a self-esteem and they're not as resilient. And we really, you know, that's where they really need to be looking, you know, doing the mirror work, as Louise Hay would say, and being able to look at yourself and love yourself and say something positive, I think is important.
You know, I think about that scene from The Help where the housekeeper would tell the little girl how important she was. And it makes me see the value in telling our kids how special they are, so that they have that to cling to.
And even if it's not your own kids, like I don't have children, but I do think compliments, you know, do you know it activates the same reward center in the brain as paying cash to give somebody a compliment? That's how much it triggers in us. And so I think that, you know, we need to be out there spreading little joy, because it gives them so much pleasure to say, you know, your hair looks really nice, or you look really gorgeous. I love that lip gloss on you, or that color brings out your eyes, Alan. But you know, like I think we need to be more aware that some people don't have that high self-esteem, and we can help build it as community and family and friends. And then for people who are struggling with low self-esteem, I think they need to acknowledge that. If you're listening and you can't list 3 good things about yourself, that's a reminder for building it and making sure you develop it.
Well, think about the chatter too that goes on. You know, I think sometimes we're hardest on ourselves.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you can't do this. You're not capable. You're not pretty. You're fat. You're this or that. Pay attention to that.
Yes, and I think we don't even notice it.
Right.
You know, I can go to the mirror and just be having a day, oh, you look really fat in that dress today, Kirsty. And it's like, it's becomes so normal for us to have those conversations that even because I do have high self-esteem, I don't even realize that maybe that's not the nicest thing to say to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and it took me until just recently, after all these years of living, to realize that being of service to someone, of being helpful towards someone, is the greatest way to boost yourself. You know, it makes you feel so good. And if we could teach that at an earlier age, just like if you're feeling down, go help someone, you know? I know that sounds all rah-rah cheerleader, but it's true.
I do. Ever since I found out about that compliment statistic, I was walking past a bank one day and they had this big sign up that said, hi, you look great. And I literally went past and went, yes, I do. And then I laughed because in my head I'm like, it's a sign, Kirsty. But it really has made me I'm like super generous with my compliments, and then it becomes a habit.
So I'm going to tell you, so this is what I'm going to invent. So you guys heard it, so you'll know. This is what I'm
the whole of the world's going to know.
So I get into my car, I shut the door, and it's like, wow, you look good. You look
a recording.
I love how you look. You know how like the GPS.
And those dolls, the kids' dolls that say them in the battery.
Exactly.
But you could have a car that says it. I love
Don't you think?
a self-esteem app.
What about a self-esteem mirror?
A self-esteem mirror or app. You know, like in Snow White, instead of it trash
if you're
talking,
not ready to say it yet,
you're gorgeous.
How about you look in the mirror and you just hear applause?
I will tell you, I left the other day, my husband had in the mirror, and he said, he put the little fortune cookie on right with my bathroom sink, and it's all your hard work will pay off. And I thought, how cool is that?
Aww.
Yeah, so it's just doing stuff like that.
Sure.
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to end today. I just think that is, we're going to get self-esteem apps, self-esteem mirrors, clapping applause when you go in front of the mirror. I'm sure that you can just record this on your iPhone for yourself. But I think the point is that it's really important to pay attention to your self-esteem, to know if you have any and how you can build it. And as always, I love chatting with my friends on the couch. So look forward to seeing you next time on Kirsty TV. Don't forget to tweet us, Facebook us, YouTube us, join in on the conversation. Wherever you are online, you can find us at Kirsty TV. Bye.